All right, so excuse me. I apologize for how I sound. I just woke up and I'm really upset, and I want to let you guys know what I'm upset about because I feel I need to make a video about this. It has to do with Resident Evil Revelations 2. This game came out today. Today's the 25th of February. This is the day the game is supposed to come out. I had it pre-ordered a while back with the intention of playing the game cooperatively with my friend Zen. He's coming over today, and we were supposed to play this together, two-player co-op, local co-op, offline co-op, split-screen co-op, whatever you want to call it. We were supposed to do that, but unfortunately, Capcom decided not to include the multiplayer, or not the multiplayer, the offline co-op aspect of the game, and I'm a little confused why. So I took the time. Let me just take a few steps back and explain how I came to realize what was occurring. So I woke up today, prior to installing the game early this morning, because I was still up doing some stuff. So I was like, the game is out today, so I'll just install it. So when I wake up tomorrow, I can run the game, make sure it runs correctly, have no issues with it, and then I will, when Zen comes over, we'll play it together. So installed it early this morning, went to sleep, woke up like about an hour or two ago, and I opened up Steam, went to the store page, and saw that the game had mixed reviews. And I was like, all right, that's a thing. Not everybody's like super excited about the direction that Resident Evil is going. I'm not excited about the direction that it's going. I was just excited that this game was going to be co-op and I was going to be able to play with Zen and we were going to have a fun time. That's all. I've been half and half with the Resident Evil franchise. I liked 1, 2, and 3. 0 was okay. 4 was... I didn't really like 4, but I played through it. 5, I liked it the first playthrough, but then after that, I played through it multiple times, and I just kind of I didn't like it anymore. And in terms of 6 is just all over the place, So I'm a fan of Resident Evil games for the most part. I like them. I didn't play the remake, though, but don't judge me. I'm just... I just didn't feel like putting down money on it, especially since I was buying this one. So I couldn't drop money all over the place. Anyway, I got this game because I'm somewhat of a fan. I even have Revelations 1. I played that too. And I somewhat enjoyed it. It wasn't too bad, even though there were some errors that bugged me and some aspects of the game that bugged me. I still somewhat enjoyed it enough to play through it and see the ending. Now, with Revelations 2, I was sitting here on the idea that the game was going to have local co-op. Like, you would be able to sit down with a friend and play through the campaign mode, as well as co-op, local co-op for the raid mode, which is not even a mode I care about. I don't really see myself playing it, but it's there. It's raid mode, it's there, and it was supposed to have local co-op as well. So, come to find out that most of the negative reviews on Steam were about the fact that the game was missing a feature that the console versions have, which is ridiculous. I can understand people not... Because there are some people defending this and saying, hey, there's no problem with the game being single player. It makes Resident Evil better. I can agree to that to an extent. Because Revelations would have been a much better game if it was just you by yourself. But the thing is, you had an AI partner with you all the time who didn't really do shit. So that kind of ruined it. And as I was playing through the game, I would have been like, this would have been better with another person. Like, just let somebody else control the stupid AI. It would have been more fun. Now, in terms of Resident Evil Revelations 2, you're going to have an AI partner with you. And I feel it would just be a better experience if you have someone controlling that AI partner. AI partners aren't the best thing to play with. So, with this game, Capcom decided to not give the PC version the offline co-op for the campaign. And their statement that they made, because I actually have to go online to like get an official statement, because I was like, are they seriously not saying anything about this? Are they just going to let the game sit how it is? So I went on Eurogamer, There's an article on Eurogame. I'll put it in the description. You guys can read it as well. It says the PC version of Resident Evil Revelations 2 supports a variety of customizable visual settings and resolutions. The decision to I can't even read. Prioritize a single local screen was made to ensure a stable user experience across a variety of different PC settings and devices. Raid mode will support online co-op shortly after launch when a free patch is available for players to download, which adds this feature. But the main co-op campaign, or I read that wrong, the main campaign on PC will only be available to play in single local screen, which is ridiculous. It wouldn't be an issue. It would not be an issue if the game was just strictly local co-op. I would have no problems with it. Like if the game was supposed to be not local co-op, I take that back. If the game was supposed to be a single player experience for the campaign, and everyone across the board was getting single player, they had no mentions of offline co-op or online co-op for the single player, no problems. Everybody's getting the same thing. But the fact that every other version of the game gets co-op, I don't know if the 3DS version gets it, because I believe this is for 3DS as well, and how the hell would you do offline co-op with that? But anyway, the console versions all get offline co-op, but the PC version doesn't. And their excuse is because the PC version gets more customization, and they wanted to focus on making sure the resolutions worked and all that shit, which makes no sense. Local co-op is a thing that is doable on PCs. I don't know if these developers know that. It is a thing that is doable. And if I remember correctly, I believe Resident Evil 6 has local co-op on the PC. So it's not like a thing they can't do. Capcom has done it before. Alright guys, so I took the time to sit and do a recording of Resident Evil 6 just to prove that the game has local co-op, just to prove that Capcom is capable of doing local co-op on PC, just to prove that Capcom is talking out of their ass and this spokesperson doesn't even know what the fuck he is talking about. So here is a little snippet of some gameplay recording I did for Resident Evil 6. It's just me going into split screen and me showing that it is a thing. First player was controlled by my keyboard. I was doing both by myself, by the way. Second player was controlled with my Xbox 360 controller. You can mix between the two, or if you got two controllers, you can just do two-player local co-op with two controllers. That is a thing. In terms of Resident Evil Revelations 2, you can't do that because they wanted to focus on making sure the visual capabilities were stable and whatnot. Even though Resident Evil 6 seems to have no problem running split screen, because as you can see, it just kind of breaks off two smaller screens, and one player's in one, the other plays in the other. The game runs fine. I played through this game, or at least Leon's campaign for the most part, in local co-op. Like, the game runs fine. I didn't have any issues. So I don't see why Resident Evil Revelations 2 would have any issues when Resident Evil 6 doesn't. And I even took the time to look at the system requirements because I was thinking maybe the system requirements are a bit higher for Revelations 2. Maybe that's the reason why the game is not capable of running local co-op on the PC version, which still doesn't make any sense. I'm just trying to come up with excuses to make Capcom not seem as stupid as they really are. But lo and behold, both games have the same system requirements. Resident Evil 6 came out in 2012, if I remember correctly. Yeah, like in 2012. Revelations 2 came out this year, 2015. So, if they're both running the same system requirements, how come one can do local co-op but the other one can't? What is the real reason for one being able to do the local co-op and the other one not being able to? Because it can't be some arbitrary excuse of the game we wanted to focus on getting the local looking really nice. Like we wanted the visual quality, the settings to be all there. We wanted everything to look good on one monitor and be stable, when they've done it in the past just fine. So, I don't know. Here they are on the screen. Left side, Resident Evil 6. Right side, Revelations 2. You can compare them. They're pretty much the same thing. So, I really don't understand this whole clouded statement that makes literally no sense. Their reason for it is because PCs, they wanted to work on the visual settings. That's why you couldn't have a second screen there, even though games do it just fine on the PC, but whatever. So if you go to the Steam page, which is funny because the excuse me, the way how I figured out the game had local co-op was because I looked on the Steam page. There's features on the Steam page based off of bullets. If you scroll down past the About the Game section, which tells you about the game, obviously. Let's see, where it says assistive co-op play. It says players will need to switch between the two characters, Claire / Moria and Barry / Natalia, to overcome the nightmares in either single-player mode with an AI partner or offline co-op. So right there, it says it. It's still there on the page, by the way. And even in raid mode, it's right under that. It says robust raid mode. In addition to the deep story mode, raid mode returns with its addicting fast action combat playable in both single-player and two-player co-op, offline and online. It says it there in parentheses. Both of those statements are still in the features. You can still go on the Steam page and see those there. But under that, like after you read the raid mode bullet, under that there's 2 more points. Point 1 says raid mode online co-op functionality to be added at a later date. So right now, raid mode doesn't even have the ability to be played in co-op. So I don't even understand why they decided to put like raid mode as a feature. If I remember correctly, they said it wouldn't be put in until after all the episodes come out. I could be wrong, but I remember reading that somewhere. And point 2, the PC version does not support offline co-op play in the campaign or raid mode. Even though above that, which is still there, it says offline and online is capable for raid mode, and offline is capable for the co-op. And if I remember correctly, the single player story mode is only going to have offline co-op. I don't think the console versions or any versions get online co-op. I'm not 100% sure. Do not quote me on that. But this is ridiculous. Where in the world does this make any sense? And the fact that all the other versions get the online not the online co-op, the co-op for the campaign, but this version doesn't, it's made a lot of people return, like they want refunds. And I think I might actually get a refund, because I got this game in the mindset of knowing I would be able to play with a friend. I'm not saying the game is bad or anything. The game might actually still be good. It might still be an enjoyable game. But I personally got it to like sit down and relax with my friend so we could play it together. And the fact that Capcom is basically saying, or a spokesperson for Capcom came out and basically said, well, the PC version, we had to do those visual settings. Those things are hard, man. I mean, he didn't say it like that, but I'm paraphrasing. He's like, those settings are kind of hard, we had to focus to make sure it looked good on one local screen because, games. It just gets to a point where I don't know. All right, I'm done. Let me know what you guys think about this. Like, do you think it's acceptable for the PC, which is capable of handling pretty much anything and more that the consoles can handle, for them to remove a game mode because of visual restrictions? Apparently they wanted the visual quality to be good, which makes no sense, because then in theory, if I turn the settings down, will I get the ability to play co-op? I'm just curious. Just let me know what you think. Anyway, you all have a good day, afternoon, evening, night. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys later.